Hello and welcome back to today's show. This is your guy Obi as usual. Today we'll be talking about things that stood out from the Northern Derby. Of course, Arsenal losing yet again 2-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham were a better side. Tottenham had the tactics spot on. Mourinho was a masterclass in terms of setting up the team. Arteta once again looked clueless. There was nothing he could do. He looks like somebody who has lost it all. And so, the first point I'm going to talk about is that Arsenal needs to start looking for a plan B. Whether it means the change of ownership, the crankers, whether they're interested, whether it means the change of management, they're at Arsenal, whether it means the change of players, the squad, the personnel, things have to change. I don't know whether the Crankers are serious owners, whether they have any footballing intention for this club. What about the coach, who is now the manager, Arteta? Personally, I've always wanted Arteta to succeed at Arsenal. He's a good guy, young, of course, inexperienced, but the way things are, I think the job might be a bit big for him. Big for him because he's looking clueless. He's doing absolutely nothing, no style of play. He wants to imitate. He wants to imitate Pep Guardiola, but he doesn't have the personnel to do that. And it's high time he started, bringing the his own style that can be suitable for Arsenal players, because all that we are seeing is just sideways passing, just Bukayo Saka just lifting the ball to Aubameyang to score, and when Aubameyang does his score, nothing happens. And so, what about the players? Are the Arsenal players good enough to play for Arsenal Football Club? That's another question we have to ask ourselves. Yeah, because I'm looking at players like who surely should not be in the club. Surely should not be in the club. I'm just going to list all of them, right? Number one, I'm talking about Socrates, Papastropoulos, whoever that one is. Hector Bellerin, not good enough. Rob Holding, not good enough. Mustafi, Callum Chambers, David Luiz, Sead Kolasinac, Cedric Soares, Pablo Mari, Mesut Ozil, Mohamed Elneny, Willock, Granit Xhaka, Alexander Lacazette, and Willian. Those guys, those are only squad players for me. They do not deserve any starting spot in the Arsenal first team. That is how serious these things are. We have players like Ben Cottrell, who has been registered, Miguel Aziz, who has been registered, Nelson, who has been registered, Nketiah, who has been registered, Balogun, who has been registered, and Mesut Ozil has not been registered. All the Ben Cottrell, Miguel Aziz, Nelson, Nketiah, Balogun, these are players who should be playing their football on loan, not at Arsenal. But they've been registered. Mesut Ozil has not been registered for footballing reasons, we are told. You know that Mesut Ozil is not playing because of footballing reasons. You know very well. But Mikel Arteta came out defending the club, saying that he's sorry. It is his own making, his own blame. He took the blame instead of putting things in black and white, right? And so the next thing is leadership. Is Aubameyang supposed to be the club captain? The guy for me is just a nice guy, smiling all the time. We have seen Arsenal suffer from refereeing decisions that have not been okay. But what Aubameyang does, he just is laughing. He's just up front there. He's not reading what is happening. He's not commanding his team. He's not telling. He's not even. He does not have the leadership skills. Yes, he's a good guy, but you do not just award captaincy to a good guy. You need a no-nonsense guy who is able to even command other players, who is able to read the game and talk to the manager, talk to the officials of the game. But these things, whether Arsenal is going to continue awarding captaincy to players who it feels are going to leave the club. So to make them not to leave, they're going to give them the armband to keep them in the club. This thing has to stop. Okay, another thing is that teams that Arsenal are supposed to be competing with are already up there in the ladder. We're talking about Manchester United. We're talking about Liverpool. Talking about Chelsea, Manchester City. Where are they? They're up there. Arsenal is 15th. This is the 11th game. It's not early in the season now. Now things are starting to shape up, but Arsenal is sinking even deeper and deeper. So things have got to change. I know it's never too late to turn things all around for Arsenal Football Club, and it's never too early also to make the required changes. So changes have to come right now. Who is now to blame? I blame Arsenal hierarchy and of course ownership for all the sudden departures, leaving Arsenal under unexperienced hands. Of course, we saw Rahul leave, we saw Sven Mislintat leave, we saw Kagigao leave. All those were experienced technical and scouting personnel there at Arsenal. But when Arsenal decided to let them go, not that they asked to leave, actually Arsenal pushed them out, and now the club is left in the hands of Edu, who is inexperienced, former Arsenal player, Arteta, inexperienced, former Arsenal player, and Vinay. The guy is 38 years old, unexperienced, and look at what now inexperience is doing to the club. Another thing is that Arteta, has been pushed to make decisions that are coming back to hit on him. First, Arteta was not supposed to be the manager at Arsenal. He was brought in because he was a cheaper option and he was a pushover. So the hierarchy there knew if they could employ Arteta, they would have their agendas being pushed through because Arteta could not stand on their way. And so Arsenal is paying, right? Is paying all that. And so if you ask me whether Arteta could get into any top 4 managerial positions, I would say 100% no. Arteta cannot coach Liverpool. Arteta cannot coach Manchester United. Arteta cannot coach Manchester City. He was an assistant at Manchester City. Right? Arteta cannot coach Chelsea as it stands. And so why are we still having him? I think it's high time we got a serious coach who is able to get the team back to its glory days. Someone who is experienced, someone who can command players and have them listen to him. But for Arteta, I think this job is too huge, too big for him. Sorry, but it has come to a point where we have to make decisions. And they say, like the wise men said, it's only a fool that doesn't change his mind. Right? The style of play has been lacking completely. Well, if you ask anybody, Arsenal fan or just an opponent, our competitors, ask them how Arsenal play, they will tell you they don't know. And for me, I would rather, right? I would rather play the youthful and an experienced team and have them lose, other than losing games while you have the experienced players doing absolutely nothing. For me, the only players that I would retain at Arsenal Football Club as it stands is number 1, Ban Leno, number 2, Kieran Tierney, number 3, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He is not rated by Arteta, but he's a good guy. Number 3, Emil Smith-Rowe, Bukayo Saka, Thomas Partey, Nicolas Pepe, and Gabriel Martinelli. And of course, Gabriel Magalhaes. Those are the only players that deserve an Arsenal badge as it stands. But because Arsenal is Arsenal, we still are believing in the process, a process that we do not even know what it looks like. We are still here complaining every now and again. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But for me, things have got to change. I know the transfer window, the January transfer window is about to reopen, but still that one will not save Arsenal. Arsenal need to get a good manager, right? Experienced manager. Secondly, some of these players who are registered, they need to be sent out on loan. Some of these players who are on high wages and they're not playing, they need to be sold, or better still, have their contracts bought out because they're absolutely doing nothing. Yeah, and so it's so frustrating, it's so annoying seeing such a big club sink deeper and deeper each and every day. See you in the next one. That's been my time. Thank you.